Hey guys! Thank you so much in advance for getting on and for being willing to listen to my story. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Davina. I am currently working as a Beachbody coach. I am 26 years old. I also have a full-time job as an administrative assistant, and I'm also working on breaking into the voiceover industry. But the coaching opportunity has done such wonderful things for my life, both personally and professionally. So I'm slowly trying to climb up the little girl boss ladder, and I'm so excited to see what my future has in store. So I thought I would just take a little time to talk about what I do as a coach. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Hopefully it works. Okay. Okay, so here we go. All right, so let me just start off by talking about who I am and what my story is. Honestly, I could probably talk about my story for a good 6 or 7 hours. Like that in its own could be its own separate call. I grew up overweight. I was overweight for most of my life. And honestly, just growing up, I had probably the worst self-esteem. I was bullied since I was 8 years old. I just I I was just so unhappy, and I can sum it all up by just saying that I just wanted to fit in, with my image and my career and everything. I dyed my hair, I got straight A's, I got contacts. I just wanted to be, if not somebody else, then a better version of myself. And even that goes as deep as my dieting. I would take the most extreme measures, because I was 13 or 14 years old when I started starving myself and, trying the Atkins diet and all these crazy irrational things just because I felt like I needed to change and I needed to fix myself. And several years ago, it was very hard for me to go through, but my grandmother passed away from skin cancer, and she and I were very close. But it kind of opened my eyes to realize that, I've only been given one life, and it's absolutely precious. It can be taken from me at any time. So why am I wasting so much time and energy punishing myself and hating myself? So I decided that instead of, putting me on all these crazy restrictions, I decided to focus that energy into learning how to love myself. And this turning punishment into self-love was a success. It took a very long time. It took about 3.5 years for me to meet my final goal, but I was patient with myself. I taught myself healthy habits, and I picked out workouts that I looked forward to. And the grand total of weight loss so far is 55 pounds, which I'm so, so proud of. But at the very beginning of my journey, I was kind of sitting at home on the couch, and I saw this infomercial for a program called Turbo Jam. And I remember watching this and thinking, these people, yes, they're exercising and yes, they're healthy, but they're having fun. And, at the time I was over 200 pounds. I never exercised ever. It was weird. Why would I do that? So if I was going to attempt to take better care of myself, I wanted to do something that I looked forward to. And so I kind of expressed interest in the program to my mother, and she surprised me by buying the program. And Turbo Jam was really what set my heart on fire. I looked forward to it. I felt challenged by it, but then I also felt strong, and it was just a wonderful, wonderful addition into my life. And so Turbo, for those of you that don't know, was created by a woman named Chalene Johnson, and she has just become the right under Jesus for me. Like, she is one of the biggest inspirations in my life. And so when I found out, she's a West Coast girl. So when I found out that she was coming to New York City, I was like, I don't care what I'm doing. I am going to this event. So I just remember back in 2013, I woke up so early and got my butt up to New York City to go to this Turbo event. And that's where I met somebody who ended up becoming a very big part of my life. I met my friend Meredith. And the thing about Meredith is we had a fun little story of, you know, we were both there by ourselves and we both wanted our picture with Shalene. And so I said, hey, if you take a photo of me with Shalene, you know, I'll take your photo. We became phone buddies. And then from there it was kind of, okay, well now we have to be Facebook friends so we can tag each other in the photos. And so Meredith came up on my newsfeed all the time talking about how she was a coach and how she was pursuing a healthy lifestyle and studying nutrition and just putting herself out there. And I was kind of quietly watching her on my newsfeed for quite some time, and I thought, huh, can I do this? I mean, my journey's not over. I still have a long way to go, but I mean, I'm already helping people. So many people are coming up to me and saying, hey, what are you doing? Do you have any advice? What programs are you doing? And I remember thinking, man, I ought to be getting paid for this. So then when I saw that somebody was making that opportunity for herself, I thought, maybe this is worth exploring, you know? And then I realized that it was all kind of aligning together. I had the passion for helping people. And by being a coach, it would kind of keep me accountable for my own goals. You know, I wasn't done losing weight yet. So if I'm a coach and I'm helping other people, I'm going to try to help myself, right? And I think finally, you know, as I was kind of mentioning before, I went to a 4-year institution for college because I was kind of supposed to. That's what everyone else was doing. And so I picked a major that interested me. I picked theater. And I love theater. It's still a very big part of my life. I am outgoing. I'm an entertainer. I am looking into breaking into the voiceover industry. But let's be real, it's a struggling career path. It's not the most financially promising future. So at the time, I was, you know, bouncing from job to job, and I realized I could use a little bit extra money. And so I thought, you know, I'm not really a business person. I don't know what I'm doing, but I think if I could just justify by making my phone bill every month or by, you know, helping to pay my loans, then I think that this would be worth it for me to do. I think I'll get a lot of fulfillment out of this. So if I can get a little bit of a paycheck as well, that's even better. So January 2014, I decided to sign on as a coach with Team Takeover. And so I was a coach for about a year and a half, and you know, I was kind of riding the wave of the energy I put into it. I advanced my rank very quickly. I got to Emerald, which means that I was helping people consistently and bringing in a little bit bigger of a paycheck every week. But I wasn't really focusing on it, and I had been promoted at my retail job as a supervisor, so that was taking up a lot of my energy and also just stressing me out a lot because you know I was working an unpredictable schedule. I was, you know, always just kind of putting my best face on and feeling just so unhappy, and that's kind of the path that, you know, customer service is for you if you're an outgoing person and can do easy work. But deep down, I just knew that it wasn't what I wanted for myself. It was draining. I was on my feet all day. It was, you know, you had to listen to people complain about stupid things that you just have to smile and nod at. And I just felt so lost. I felt, you know, I really ought to be doing something more with my life. And I kind of, for some reason, I just started thinking in a more progressive way. Something has to change. Otherwise, I'm going to be stuck in this misery for God knows how long. You know, I need to stop playing it safe. I need to focus on what interests me and what inspires me. And fitness and nutrition and putting myself out there and helping other people was the one thing that just gave me so much joy. And this last point on here is probably the biggest aha moment I've had so far. It's Beachbody saved my February. And by that, I mean, if you have ever worked retail, you'll know that after Christmas, after the holiday rush, there's kind of this very dead period. And, you know, you're not really making your sales goals, and there's not really much traffic. The weather's probably bad. People aren't coming out. So you have to cut back on your expenses as a business. And the first thing that they cut is employee hours. And this time around, it included the supervisor. And for me, less hours means less money, and that means panic. Because, I live in New York City. I'm a single self supporting woman. I have student loans to pay. I have all these other bills to pay. And I get flustered when I feel like I'm struggling. And I remember this one week in particular, I had, one of my bills was due. I think it was my internet bill, and it was going to be $120. And I just remember almost being on the verge of tears, thinking, I do not have this. I don't know how I'm going to pay for this. What can I possibly do? And I remember thinking, well, I have my Beachbody paycheck. Let me go in and see how much it's going to be this week. And I went into my back office and I looked at my upcoming paycheck, and it was $200. And I have chills just thinking about it, because I just remember thinking, look, here's something that you're good at, that gives you life, that helps other people, that inspires you in return, and is now saving you financially. So in that moment, I couldn't justify doing anything else. And so I've decided to really just put my heart into my business and put my heart into doing what work that inspires me. And I am just going to keep trucking along to my little girl boss endeavors. So in that, I had to kind of reframe my definition of success. So I'm still a work in progress, and I'm still working my full-time job, but I am just doing so much better in general. I went from feeling undervalued to feeling like I had a purpose, and feeling that, I'm just going through the motions. I'm paying my bills and dying, and now I actually feel like I'm putting something great into this world, and I'm getting something back, and it just feels really good. Financially strapped to that financial freedom. If I have to buy a pair of pants because mine rip, now I actually can. I'm not paid to paycheck to paycheck anymore, and it feels so, so good. And this part right here kind of gets me the most, was my future in someone else's control. Like I was saying, hours can be cut, and it's kind of like tough luck for you, or you can get promoted, you could get fired, and it's never up to you. And for me, I work very hard. I'm very proud of my work ethic, and I want to start doing work and putting energy into things that pay off and that reward me. And I just didn't feel like that before, and now I'm starting to feel that way, and it's just such a great adjustment that I've made. And then finally, the standard of living pay increase. Every once a year, you might maybe get a raise, depending on how well you're doing and whether or not they feel like you deserve it. And now with this coaching opportunity, I have unlimited earning potential. I've given myself a raise significantly over the past year, and I am just going to keep chipping at it. And just, if I need a raise, I'll give myself one, because I deserve it, right? So know your why. This is very crucial to building your business, because it's kind of what attracts people to you. Your why should be personal. And for me, my why is it's so, so deep. Growing up, I hated myself. I was depressed. I felt like I was worthless. And now that I have this feeling of pride and this feeling of self-love and feeling like I'm doing something great, I'll never take that self-love for granted. And I will spend every day of my life proving to the old me how wonderful it is to be me, and how wonderful it is to just wake up and feel good about yourself, and to feel like you don't have to change. And in that, I need to pay it forward. My happiness has been life-changing. And if I could change somebody else's life in the same way, that would just mean the absolute world to me. I always say that I want to put a little positivity dent into the universe, and I would absolutely love to have people that I can, I can help motivate them and see just how capable they are of achieving whatever it is they want to do. And then finally, my why is for my future. I deserve financial freedom. I've worked my butt off since I was 16 years old, and I'm going to keep fighting for it. And it's the future that I deserve. So, this whole mindset makeover. I want to build a life of my dreams, but I have a lot of fears about doing that. I, like mentioned before, I am supporting myself financially in New York City. It's not an easy thing to do. And honestly, I just kind of have this fear of failure and this fear of, well, you're putting a lot of time and stock and energy into something that you may just wake up one day and decide you may not want to do anymore. And it's sometimes I wake up and I really have to remember my why, and I really have to remember how much this means to me and how much it could mean to other people, because it's a wonderful job, but it is still work. And sometimes you just need to remind yourself of that. And it also is not a very, it's not a very conventional way of living. I grew up with two blue collar parents who work traditional jobs after going to school. And, this is kind of this whole working from home and being your own boss type of movement that's been happening in this economy. A lot of people just don't understand it. And so for me to kind of fight for this because it's what I want to do is very much outside of my comfort zone. But all of that what if and negative energy aside, it it's clear to me that your thoughts create your reality. And going through the motions and by doing jobs that are safe and by doing jobs that I know will make me money and all of that, I'm creating a situation that I could never leave. It's like, well, I'm afraid to quit my job and do these things, but I hate my job, and it's, you just never will get off that merry-go-round unless you make a change. And I'm so grateful that I had that moment of recognition and that moment of realizing that this life is what you make of it. It's how you craft it. And I'm very excited to keep going forward with that. And why not me? There's so many people that I look up to, and there's so many people that have made this work for them, that earn six figures, that take vacations whenever they want to, and they don't have to worry about putting in for time off, or they don't have to worry about being laid off, anything like that. So why not me? Why could I not have that for myself just because it's not what I'm used to, or because it's not, what I feel like I deserve for some reason? Why not? Why not me? So that's the final thing. Why not me? um, and sharing my authentic self. I didn't want people to know that I didn't have it all together, but there's that big realization that no one has it all together, And then I think that's what I connect with people the most about, is that I'm putting myself out there more and more and saying, hey, these are the things that I'm struggling with. And so many people will reach out to me and say, hey, I struggle with those things too. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. And it's just been such a powerful thing, not only for me in releasing my insecurities, but also for paying it forward and helping other people, which is the main reason why I'm doing this. Um, Being real, being honest, and approaching with integrity is is just the only way to go about doing something like this. And when I honestly share my story, the right people respond to me. I get those people that say, "Hey, I really want to make a change, and I just appreciate your story so much, and you inspire me to put more time into myself and to just all of those things." And I can't on it if it all it takes for me to to help somebody else is to just say, "Hey, this is what I'm going through," then and if it's going to help somebody, that's unbelievably amazing, and I am more than happy to do that. And this image right here is actually the truth about losing 50 pounds. I kind of opened up about my struggles with my body issues that I still have. I've lost 50 pounds, but I have loose skin. I have cellulite. I have, I have stretch marks. I'm not perfect. I'll never be perfect. But you know what? I've worked so hard to be the woman that I am, and I am a beautiful woman regardless of any cosmetic flaws, and I am so grateful to be who I am, and I want everybody else to be grateful for who they are too. Um, and that's if I'm getting guys, like it's just the coolest job ever. So let me talk a little bit more about what exactly coaching is and what Beachbody stands for as a company. So, oh, sorry. So we have these amazing programs out there. This company is just not slowing down anytime soon. We're innovative. We're thinking about what people want and what people need and what people get excited about, and we are pushing for it. Of course, we've got those big names: P90X, Insanity, my love, Turbo Fire. But at the same time, we have these programs that are popping up, like 21 Day Fix. I wish 21 Day Fix would have existed 4 years ago when I was trying to teach myself how to properly diet, because I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. And it's just simple. It's so simple. And I have done the program and I just think it's extraordinary. And not only just for nutritional needs, but also the fact that, you know, we don't have time. We're all so busy. How are we supposed to squeeze in a workout? And a lot of the programs that are coming out right now, T25, P90X3, Insanity Max 30, 21 Day Fix, they're all focused on that person who doesn't think they have the time to commit to themselves. And they're saying, look, you do. You can get the results that you want in a short amount of time. You don't need an hour or 2 hours at the gym. You can just have 30 minutes of focus. You can become your best self. And it's just so awesome. And I think the biggest revolutionary thing for our company so far is Beachbody On Demand, because it's the Netflix for workouts, and it kind of is. And it's just the value of this program, or this little on-demand setup, is absolutely extraordinary. You get all the big name programs you can think of in just 1 month, quarterly. Excuse me, it's not even monthly, quarterly spin, and that gives you access to well over $500 worth of programs. Like, unbelievable. And you can from your iPad, your laptop. I have played Chalene Extreme, my favorite weightlifting workout. I've played that at the gym while I was using the gym's. It's awesome. And the company's not slowing down anytime soon. Now, and it's not pictured here, but Size is coming out, the end of exercise. It's kind of the dance alternative. If you're not the athletic type of person, you need to have fun while you're working out. Size is going to be huge for that market of people. And I'm so excited to not only be a part of it, but to also be getting certified as an instructor. So I'm going to New York City and hopefully you'll come up and take one. So another one of a big part of who I've become as a healthy lifestyle advocate is this Shakeology. A lot of people will say, well, what is Shakeology? What people keep talking about it. Shakeology is amazing. It's a superfood packed wellness shake. It's not a weight loss shake. You're not going to find a bunch of junk thrown in there to just kind of get your weight off. They actually take the time to dissect the ingredients that are going into it, and they're whole ingredients, and they're straight from the jungles. You know what I mean? It's unbelievably healthy for you. And it's clinically proven to reduce cholesterol, reduce blood sugar, and aid in long-term healthy. So I can claim all those things, or I can share some personal benefits from it. I have not been sick for over a year, and that's because I get vitamin A, I get vitamin C, I get all these amazing supplements by just having breakfast every day, by just having that post-workout shake. It's given to me. It's guaranteed to me in Shakeology. I don't buy medicine anymore. I don't buy multivitamins. I don't buy other protein powders or supplements, because I have it all in this one monthly investment that I've made for myself. And not just for me, it blows my mind to see how it's helping other people in my life that are close to me. It's very it's very hard to be intimidated, or it's very easy rather to be intimidated by a price tag. But when you have a diabetic mother who has controlled blood sugar, or when your aunt tells you that she's lost 30 pounds in 2 months, or when a friend messages you and says, my my blood pressure is better than it's been in years because of this stuff. Like, this is not just some over the counter shake that you can just grab and go. This is a health investment, and it's an absolutely wonderful one to make. And might I say, the chocolate tastes like brownie batter. I lick it clean. It's amazing. And the monthly price is 129, but we're going to break it down here. Big Mac meal, which you should not be eating anyway. It's really disgusting if you look at the fat count and everything. That trip to McDonald's, that quick, easy fix for you, is going to cost you $5.19. If you just put Shakeology and some ice and water into a blender, it's going to cost you $4. So you need to think of the big picture, and you need to think of things that way. And then also, it's cheaper than your little joy drink at Starbucks as well. So if you just kind of look at your budget and focus on what you're really putting into your body and what you're really investing in your life, you'll find that it's really not that big of a commitment, And yeah, so that's all I've got there. So Beachbody is growing. Uh, we have expanded into Canada now, and that's very exciting. And as you can see, year after year after year, we're growing, we're growing, we're growing. And it's because we're listening to the people, we're giving them what they are asking for. And it's just such a wonderful movement to be a part of. I personally cannot wait until we go even further internationally into the United Kingdom and Australia, because I've met some wonderful people over there who would make fantastic coaches and really change some lives. So I know that's coming. I'm patiently waiting for it, but for the time being, it's a really wonderful place to be a part of. And then here's an example of some people that absolutely anyone can be a coach. Marie is a 50-something small business owner. She's a daycare provider and a mom. Erin is 20-something. She's a full-time law student. Brianne is 30-something, a 9-to-5er, single mom of twins. And then Mike is 40-something. He's a gym owner and a personal trainer. So if you look at all these people, they're from completely different walks of life, and they have completely different networks and people in their life that they're helping, and that they're moving forward with in this coaching endeavor. And I'm so excited to be part of that movement as well. So what do coaches do? So basically what coaches do is we live by example. We're a product of the product. And, I was doing this even before I signed on as a coach. I was telling all my friends, go do Turbo Jam or go do Turbo Fire, or, I tried this program called Rocking Body and it was a lot of fun. That's basically all I'm doing. I'm just sharing what I'm already doing on social media, and I'm networking with others to that may be interested, or that also have a passion for health and fitness, or maybe want to start making time for health and fitness. And I'm just inviting them to join me in my journey. And I'm just trying to get to know them and what their needs are. And I'm trying to find the right fitness and nutrition program for that person. And I want to be able to connect and have a trusting relationship with that person. And I don't want to let that person down. So in doing that, I run online accountability groups called challenge groups. And in those, for a certain amount of time, we're all going to work out together doing this program. And I'm going to check in with you every day to make sure you're doing it, and make sure that, you're not slacking on your meal plan or anything like that. So it's really an extraordinary little outlet, and the passion that we all have, and how supportive that little niche in social media can be, is just a wonderful thing. And I would have killed to to have been part of a challenge group 50 pounds ago. And then through that, we also recruit and mentor new coaches. So anybody that really is inspired by, the changes that they're making in their lives, and that find themselves passing it on to others already, maybe that this opportunity is one that could help them financially. For me, I'm struggling. I have a lot of college debt, but thing that has really, little by little made a difference in my life. And I would love to give that opportunity to somebody else, because I know a lot of people are struggling in this economy with their student loan debt, and to just have that little bit coming in makes all the difference. So how do we make money? So we, of course, have our direct sales commissions, which is, if you sell a program or you sell a Shakeology through your coach website, you do make a 25% commission off of those sales. However, we also have what are called team cycle bonuses, and these are becoming my new best friend. There are times when I don't have a single direct sales commission during the week, but I'll still make $100 in team cycle bonuses. So it's absolutely amazing that I've gotten to this point. Cycle bonuses are it's based on how many people you have on your team, and then how many people on your team are helping others. And so you're really all working together to just make life easier for you and for the rest of your team. And it grows exponentially. It's just amazing how much you can earn in a year, or even more so, just based on your cycle bonuses. So getting started, what's the commitment? Honestly, it is what you put into it. You can earn a little bit by doing just a little bit of work, or you can make this your full-time job and your full-time income. So typically, you'd start out by putting in about 3 to 5 hours a week, just kind of learning the basics and learning about the company, and learning the best way to help other people. And then, the only things that are required of you, aside from the work commitment that you decide, is being a product of the product. So it's hard to talk to others about how beneficial Shakeology is if you don't really know it for yourself. So you have your Shakeology, you do your workout every day, and then you also work on your personal development. You read more about how to better utilize your talents and to just grow as a leader and as an individual, and to help motivate and mentor other people. So then the cost of it all, the best deal is to go with the Coach Challenge Pack. Yeah, I don't know why I said that wrong. The Coach Challenge Pack, which would be just a workout program of your choice plus Shakeology. And that can vary from $140 to $300. And it's good to go with this option, because then your coach enrollment fee is waived. You can sign up without these purchases, but you'll have to pay a $40 fee. And then if you are interested in doing the Shakeology subscription, you have to pay for that separately. So you may as well just get a program to add into your library and save yourself the $40, right? So my very first program was T25, fun fact. So then your second month after you initially sign up, your monthly fee is $15.95, which is nothing, and it just helps pay for your website, your coach site, what people can order through, and then just the technical expenses of it all. And then if highly recommended that you get involved with Shakeology Home Direct, which means that you're getting your Shakeology frequently all the time. It's approximately $100, but that is including a 25% off coach discount. The full retail price of Shakeology is just under $130. So having that 25% makes a big difference in the end. And then also Beachbody is this amazing company that really gives back to the military and their spouses. If you are a military member or if you are a spouse of a military member, you do not have to pay the monthly coach fee. You just have to pay for your Shakeology if that's the path that you're choosing. So there's really all if the only requirement of you is to get a discount on things, then I really don't see why you wouldn't, right? So your first 60 days as a coach. Well, I am here to help you and support you in this. We host new coach apprenticeships all the time. Most of them are 2 weeks long. And in these apprenticeships, you are learning the basics. You are learning everything from the best apps to use to post on Instagram to how to just say hi to people you haven't talked to in a while, just everything that you could possibly need to know about how this business is run. And this is a big one, how to network on social media without being annoying. This was a big thing that held me back for a long time, was I didn't want to share my before and after photos. I didn't want to be that girl that was like, I felt like I was bragging because I was showing off my weight loss photos. And in the end, you're really not. It's just a preconceived notion that is so not true. People want to see those photos. There's so much garbage and drama and crap on Facebook that if you put some good energy out there, people are just going to really, really appreciate it and really be supportive of you. And then finally, finding and sharing your story, kind of like how I did in the beginning of this webinar. You don't have to be a 50-pound weight loss success. You don't have to be an extraordinary, you don't have to be an extraordinary, big life-changing event. You can just kind of figure out who you are and then just believe in who you are and put it out there. And odds are there's got to be a couple people out there that are just like you, right? That are going to be attracted to you and want to hear more about you and learn more about what you're here to offer them for. So the 30-day targeted accountability group is basically that's when you would be hosting your own challenged group, and you're given all the tools in the new coach apprenticeship to figure out just how to do this for yourself. And then of course you get one-on-one mentorship with not only me but several other coaches on our team. I have a mentor, my mentor has a mentor. We're all here to support you, and we all want you to achieve the goals that you set for yourself. And you're also training with over 10 coaches in the top 2% of the company. So that's pretty freaking cool. And we also have a lot of corporate training and events. The biggest one being what's called Coach Summit. It's coming up in July, and I'm so excited for it. But we also have little events called Super Saturdays, and some of us even host little workout groups and everything like that along the way. And you just have so much to learn. And it's such a powerful thing to be at one of these events, because you're not only learning, but you're surrounded by people who are passionate about the same things as you are. And the room is magnetic, I swear. There is a need for people like us. You might think, well, who can I possibly help? If there's a million coaches out there, odds are we're going to run out of people to help. And that is just not true. If you walk down the block and you go to McDonald's, you will find about 15 people that need your help. So yeah, the US, Canadian, and Latin American populations are not getting healthier on their own. The best time to start is right now. So the next steps are to just kind of really put it out there. And I have my mentor, Meredith, her contact info is here, but mine is as well, flabtofierce@gmail.com and facebook.com/flabtofierce. If you don't build your own dreams, someone else will hire you to help them build theirs. And this really resonates with me in working, retail jobs or other customer service jobs that really give nothing back to me. And I cannot wait to just start putting energy and passion into the things that matter most to me. And what do you really want out of life? What if you never had to worry about money? What if you could work really hard, really, really hard for a couple months to a year to live the rest of your life like nobody else can? Wouldn't you want that for yourself? Wouldn't you want to be that type of person that can just live without any type of restrictions or unhappiness? Because I certainly do, and it all ties back into, you know, what motivated me to lose weight in the first place is that I only have one life, and I want it to be a life that I'm not only proud of, but a life that I deserve. And I think that you should want that for yourself too. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen. If you guys have any other questions, please feel free to comment me or to contact me. As I said, flab2fierce@gmail.com. I'm on Instagram at flab2fierce. That's T-O, not two. And then facebook.com/flab2fierce as well, T-O Pierce. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. I hope it wasn't 3 hours long. I'm kind of long-winded. But I hope that it inspired you and it got some of your wheels turning and it answered some questions that you have about Beachbody coaching. And I look forward to seeing if I can help you at all in your coaching journey. Have a great night.